Okanagan Home Sales have been heating up. For Vernon, Kelowna, and for the Shuswap, we saw some changes in August of 2025. Here is your market update. This summer's market has been busy, and August brought a few surprises. In some areas, things are heating up, while in others, they're holding steady. If you've been eyeing things like Waterfront, we are going to talk about that here as well. I'm Reners with Remax Vernon Salt Fowler, and this is your August 2025 real estate market update for the North Okanagan, Central Okanagan, and for the Shuswap. Let's talk absorption rate. First up, the absorption rate, that's how many houses are listed versus how many sell compared to what's on the market. In the North Okanagan, we're at a 16.25%, which is a balanced market, leaning slightly towards the seller, but be cautious, that depends on what you're looking at. In the Central Okanagan, it's 10.49%, which is more buyer friendly, a little bit more of a buyer's market. So that's for Kelowna. And then in the Shuswap, 16.21%. So it's more competitive there. So buyers, or if you're in Kelowna, you have more options, more room to negotiate. But if you're in the Shuswap, you're gonna wanna move a little bit faster. When you find the right home, make sure you make a move and you're ready. Let's talk about number of sales. This is where things were strong this month, especially in Vernon and the North Okanagan. There were 185 total sales. That's up at 22% from last year. 165 of those were residential. For the Central Okanagan, 382 total sales, up about 12% with 361 residential leading the way. And for the Shuswap, we had 110 sales. That's exactly the same as it was last year. But residential sales, they jumped up 95. That's nearly an 8% increase. Buyers are still out there and they're still active, especially in the Vernon area. Days to sell. How long are homes taking to sell? In the North Okanagan, 61 days on average. In the Central Okanagan, 58 days on average, the fastest this month. And in the Shuswap, 66 days, a little longer but still solid. For sellers, that means patience pays, especially around the lakes, which we're going to get into in a minute. Let's talk prices. For the North Okanagan, average price was $834,852. The median price was $788,750. For the Central Okanagan, the average price was $1,097,131. The median price was $950,000. For the Shuswap, the average price was $725,309, while the median price was $740,000. And benchmarks. North Okanagan was $792,700. For the Central Okanagan, $1,050,900, and for the Shuswap, $756,700. Prices are holding steady, which is good news for both buyers and for sellers. Here's what's happening with supply. For new listings in August, the North Okanagan, 340, which is up 14%. For the Central Okanagan, 1,034, basically flat year over year. For the Shuswap, 225, which is down about 11%. Total active listings. For the North Okanagan, 1,635, which is up 6.5%. For the Central Okanagan, 4,335, which is up 3.4%. And for the Shuswap, 1,150, which is slightly down. So buyers have more choice in Vernon and Kelowna, but in the Shuswap, not so much. Waterfront properties. It's still sort of summer, so let's talk lakefront. Waterfront listings year to date. The North Okanagan, there was 32, actually down from last year, which was 36. For Central Okanagan, there was 91, way up from 72 last year. And the Shuswap, 56 listings, which is up 48 from last year. If we look at what's happening in the Shuswap, having just recently sold a property, it was very quiet for quite some time. And then all of a sudden, buyers came out of the woodworks and listings that had been sitting for a while all of a sudden sold. It was really interesting. Let's talk waterfront sales year to date. For the North Okanagan, 21, up from 18 last year. The Central Okanagan was 46, up from 42 last year. And for the Shuswap, 27, actually down one sale from last year's 28. So if you've been dreaming of a home on the lake, there's a lot of options right now, especially if you're in Kelowna. Let's make a quick pit stop. Make sure that you like this video and subscribe to our channel. We're dropping new videos like this every single week. And remember, whether you're looking to move in 9 days or 90 days, or just curious about the area that we call home, make sure that you call, text, or email and just add salt. Advice for buyers. If you're buying right now, Kelowna is going to be your best market. There's plenty of inventory and less competition. In the Vernon market, it's more balanced, so you gotta be ready to act a little bit faster when you see a home. And in the Shuswap, there's even fewer listings and stronger demand. So you're gonna wanna get pre-approved and be ready to move quickly. Advice for sellers. Buyers are active, but they're picky and they're fickle. Price your home strategically, stage it well, and use strong marketing. If you're on the lakefront, competition is heating up, but demand is still healthy. Homes that show well, are priced right, these are the ones that are selling the fastest. And that's it, your super exciting market stats for 2025 in August. We're gonna have fresh numbers for you next month, just like this one. I'm Reners with Remax Vernon Salt Fowler. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.